Okay, question 258, move zeros to the end. Given an array of integers, move all the zero to the right end of the array. The relative order of the elements in the original array does not need to be maintained. So the function is move zero, and the input data type is an int array, which can have a zero anywhere in the array, and the output type is an int array, which has all the zero at the end of the array. So the assumption here is basically to move all the zero to the right end. And the solution here is that we can set out the 2 pointers, left and right. So left start with 0 and right is the biggest index of the array. And then all the elements between these 2 pointers are the elements we need to check and to see if they're 0 or not. And then after we find out, okay, it's not 0, then we leave all the elements in before the left pointer. And if the number is 0, then we put it after the right index. So at the end, the left and right will get closer and closer, and at the end, the left will be greater than right. Then we stop this while loop. Okay, so that's a big idea, and overall the time complexity of this function is O(n) because we need to go through all the elements, and the space complexity is O(1) because it's just while loop, and in each iteration we don't need to create a new variable or a new object. So now looking into the code, first it is a sanity check. So if the array is null or the length is less or equal to 1, then we don't need to sort it, so just return the array. And then we set up the pointers left bound and right bound. Left start with 0, and the right bound is the biggest index of the array. And then the while loop, basically the condition of the while loop is left less or equal to right bound, meaning if there is any element between these 2 pointers, we need to go through each element. We need to check whether it's a 0 or not. If it's a 0, then we put it in we move it to the right, and then if it's not 0, then we leave them in the left side. So in the while loop, we have the if statement to check if the element on the left bound is 0. If equal to 0, if yes, then we swap the left bound and right bound, and then we move the right bound backward so that all the number after the right bound are the 0. And if the number is not 0, then we move the left bound forward so that the number we check is in the left side. So, and at the end, we just return the array.